Oh God, okay. There you go. All right, kids and kidlets, it's the last show of the JLJ soap block here. We say the best for last, obviously. Come on. Don't tell the ladies at all. It's the GHB Spotlight, General Hospital, or Hospital in Spanish. Yes. I'm James Lott Jr. Good night. No. We also have Frank Moran wearing the Flintstones hats.
Boo! Boo!
We do not boo Frank Moran. Boo Frank Moran. Do that. Even if yourself booing yourself. We don't do that. Folks, we're here to talk about General Hospital today, of course, but before we do that, the Wide On Mini Spotlight and Beauville Mini Spotlight are both out, audio and video. That's Candace Mack, Tammy Govea, and Amanda Russ, and I breaking it down for you. Talk about all things that happened with, now it's Kane Ashby. We can stop saying Aristotle Dumas. Jesus. I'm drunk for taking shots from saying that name for the last 5 months. And on Bold, Taylor and Rich got engaged and nobody cares. So we talk about all of that on that show this week. Ugh, too much. But Billy Flynn's doing a great job. We love him. He's doing a great job on Young Wrestlers. Okay, after this, my chocolate twin, Tony Moore, who you should check out his channel, Lounging with Tony, because he interviewed all the stars from Noah's Ark. They came back with a movie, and he was there. He did a great job. He talks to the creator, Ian Patrick Paul, all that. It's a great, some great interviews. He also does Traders. He does all this stuff. Just check out all his stuff. He has stuff on his channel. I want to promote his channel. And he has Tony's Cabaret starting in July at the Sofitel Hotel in Beverly Hills. Yes, Beverly Hills, kids. So, and the posters look good. Tony looks good. So, even though he says how old I am every episode on his show, I'm going to be a bigger person to support him.
You're taking the high road.
Taking a high road today. I don't know why. I'm just doing, trying to turn over a new leaf or some shit like that. But check it out. And also check out Dish and Days, of course, at 3 p.m. They talk about the wedding, the gay wedding that had no gay kiss at the end of it.
Oh.
Folks are pissed. They're really pissed. And I want to thank Spectrum Celebrity Events because I just did 2 events for them this week. The Taraya event. It was great. We had a great time. But Cameron Grimes and Kate Fairbanks had COVID. But she was a trooper and came in and we had the best time. And, okay, what's going on? Why is nobody in our chat? That's crazy. It's the first time to see anybody in our chat. It's kind of weird. Do you see anybody in our chat? Hello?
They're a little nervous.
Usually everybody's in their chat. That's what's so crazy. So chats are enabled. I'm like, I don't know why nobody's in our chat. Let me check real quick. Hopefully not private. I didn't do anything to make us private, I don't think. There's somebody in the chat room. That's making me nervous, kids. Let me take a look really quick what's going on over here. Edit video. Usually somebody pops up really fast. Let's see what's going on. Wait, we're not seeing, so let's see what's going on. Playlist, that's fine. JHB Spotlight, done. Public, oh yes, public. Is there nobody in here? Like, what's going on? The last 2 shows we were flying in. We had a really good super chat last show too, but I was totally floored. Wow. I don't see anybody. Let's see. Now let me see if I see people in here now. Just 12 people are watching. Is there nobody in here? Let's see. It's showing to me now. Now it's showing. Oh my God! I got a little nervous, you guys. Oh my goodness! I was like, I don't see nobody in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys are here. Okay. Yeah, we're on today. It's next week. So we won't be on next couple of weeks. We'll be back July 20th. Okay, you guys are here. Oh, okay. Whew, got me taught me really, Frank. I got nervous. I've never in all the 10 years we've done this, never seen anybody in here. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, so that watch all that too. That's not coming up. Also, thank you for watching the roundtables. We had 2 last week. They were just successful as the other ones. We have 4 roundtables. Check them all out from your various soap hosts. Tomorrow night's our 5th one. It is David from Take 2 Radio and the girls from Pier 54 General Hospital. Yeah, we had them on the show before. Amanda and Shannon. We're going to talk about all the stuff that we've been talking about. So that's the 5th one. And then we take a little break. Then July we'll have more, and trust me, people are coming. They want to be on the show, Frank. They want to come on. They definitely want to come on. But they're all successful. So thank you very much for the round. You like the round? Oh, you like the round tables? Thank you. Yes, more to come. And I've seen some copycats out there they want to do some too now all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
You know, the originator, Frank. We start everything. And so.
Oh, well, it is the most sincere form of flattery, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. But don't forsake us. We're first. So more to come for that. So thank you for that. And Tammy's Voices of Daytime. Her latest episode is Patricia Darbo, and Patricia spills all the tea. It is not even, she tells it all about this business. It's good,
Wow.
Frank. It's really good. So Patricia Darbo, Voices of Daytime, and Karen Spiritus shows up. So we had Nancy and Craig for a long time go together again. So check it out. Tammy did a great job. I'm so proud of that show. So just check it out.
I first became a huge Kevin fan when he was in that Friday the 13th film.
Yes, he was.
Blood.
Yes, a lot of stars on these Friday the 13th and things. Mm-hmm.
And then I had a chance to work with him a couple times, and I was so excited to talk to him about Friday the 13th, Part 7. And he was like, whatever. I was like, no.
They try to play it. Some of them try to play it off. Others, they lock into it.
Like, no, dude, I want to talk more about it.
Yeah. I love it. I love the roundtable with Tanya, Tracy, and Candace. Such an honest discussion. Thank you. We had a good time. Also, last but not least, I'm dedicating all my shows today to my mother, Miss Benita, because literally I would not be here if it wasn't for her. And James Sr., I guess. But if it wasn't for her, I would not be here. As many of you guys know, we've had a rough go at it. You guys have been so wonderful. But she made it to 75 years old today. So they came to shows to Homegirl. She's with my brother right now at Norm's. I'm not going to tell you which Norm's. It's a Norm's in LA somewhere. Look for my face and some braids. You'll find me.
You know what the Lottie's descending on her?
So just go into just get this just cover it. My brother would love that. Yeah. But thank you so much for all your love and support of her and me and what's going on. And I'm going to see them after this. So she knows I'm doing shows. She understands. She said, "Tell the fans hello." And now after this, I'll go and I will join her. So thank you, Miss Benita.
What's your go-to food item at Norm's?
If I do Norm's, that's a good question because I've had breakfast there and I've had lunch. So I think, what do my go-to usually is breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I like breakfast. So I do eggs and bacon and all that kind of stuff if I go to Norm's. Also like their packaging because it's all orange. So I'll take packaging home. I don't have orange tins and containers.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I like them because I take food home. I never finish my food. I'm that person. I'm a doggy bag person. Always. My friends make fun of me all the time. I do. Flo was like, "You know," because Flo eats everything, and I take everything home. I take everything home. We're the opposite.
No, you're a private eater, and that's fine.
I take my bra off in bed. It's like, dude, it all hang out. Yes. No, I just don't. I eat enough, and then I just, Hi, Brit, to your mom, Shearer 6104 is last weekend. Yes, the cancers, the Geminis and cancers, they're here. So yes, very good. So thank you, everybody. So that's all the announcements there. You guys are coming in. Oh, good. I'm like, I really got nervous. I'm like, I've never seen it where nobody was in the chat, and for one of these shows, never in 10 years, I never saw that. That freaked me out, and I like being freaked out. Okay. Where shall we begin, Frank Moran? I had several ideas.
Oh,
let's see. Where should we begin? Let's see where we should begin. I think I want to begin with Tracy and that whole shenanigans. Hilarious again. Tracy, the bomb. I like her and Cody. I do. It was a nice surprise when he walked in. So anyway, what I'm talking about, folks, is the whole press conference. I guess I should preface that. I just really enjoyed. I almost said Ryan, wrong person. Drew, but he got exonerated too in a weird way. So it's kind of like it was all, but in a way, got her and poor Martin. He's just having the worst week ever. But I enjoyed that whole sequence. I just did. I thought it was pure comedy. Tad Martin used to do pratfalls and things, so it's kind of a return to that. So I know I enjoyed that whole sequence, and they got that whole Tracy thing done. Like we don't need this a trial, and we know she didn't do it. So I'm glad that's over.
Always I mean, yeah, we talked last week about the lack of Cody and Tracy release.
You did, yes, you did, yeah.
So
You got it.
the show got it. But man, I enjoy my Michael Knight, uh, and I enjoy having him on the show. I watch these scenes and I'm just like, is he just gonna be just like the butt of everybody? Uh,
Oh,
which
okay.
it's I feel like it's all right in but I feel like that's just constantly we're just dumping on Martin a lot when he's on all the time. And I'm like, really? Can we have him actually be like just a real person at times?
Yeah, the chat seemed to like it though. They say they liked it this week. I guess they liked it.
Yes, but then we see him sitting there in the hospital bed. He's like, I want to sue her. I'm like, okay, but
Rick's like, good luck. He's like, good luck.
yeah,
Oh, good luck. Oh, see, Watcher agrees with you. I agree with Frank.
it's I'm happy to have him on the show. I just it's one of those where it's like, oh, I can only see why he could, if the show's playing it in limited doses with Martin, that they just bring him on as like the butt of jokes or just like a buffoon in scenes and stories with like Laura as his only like real like kind of grounding character moments. But those are few and far between too. So it gets a little frustrating. So, if he's on for such a limited time and then they pull him away again, off, he's off camera for, you know, whatever reasons, much like Scotty. If he's kind of like the new Scotty, where he's just on and he's kind of, campy and buffoonish, and then he's gone for a while, and then we see him again and he's still. So it's like, for me, I was like, give me some. I know Michael Landon's great at the comedy, absolutely, but give me some real stuff too with him.
It's funny. The chat is split. And literally, they're split. They like. I'm just happy to have MK on screen. I
Yes.
doubt he'll ever get an actual story because it was, oh god, I like it was Tracy's foible. But TV Watcher says Michael Knight should be given greater depth. Side Africa says I don't want too much Charlie Brown and Lucy. Another person said DGSL. You got a lot of names, a lot of letters. Jane always nailed her scenes, and she and Michael are comedy gold together. I guess they're like us. We're all. I guess the show needs comedy, and I think. Oh, Diddy Farr says she thinks they did this to separate him from Drew. Maybe. And they're saying this has been campy since they came aboard. I know. I think. I don't know. They are good comedy gold together. Michael E. Knight and Jane Elliott. I mean, there's scenes we can tell. Chances are they're going to fall into bed together at some point. I mean, I have a feeling that's going to happen. They're going to either kiss or something's going to happen, and it could be really comedically good. But I'll go on your side. If they mix it with some kind of realness, it could be good, even better. Right? Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Right. And so it's, I guess, what you're looking for, some of you guys are looking for, what Frank's looking for is comedy with some kind of depth inside of it, I guess. Almost dramedy. Kind of
Yeah,
like just be
and I am
slapsticky,
fine
but not
with
too much.
yeah, and I'm fine if you want to keep Michael Knight more on the lighthearted stuff, because the soaps can they need some levity at times for sure.
Yes. Yes.
But boy, you also got to just make me believe that he's a real human being, at times, and that yeah, that I care about him and not just that it's Michael Knight on the show. Because right now it's just like I'm just glad that it's just Michael Knight on the show as a
Well,
character.
kids,
Yeah, uh, I don't
kids out
really
there.
I'm not that invested.
Well, guys out there, what do you think? He just called you guys out. Do you want him more than Michael Knight? Do you see him more than Michael Knight? You, you people, not me.
but
Oh,
but if they actually did go full steam ahead and did a Martin and Tracy romance, great. And certainly can be filled with a lot of squabbling and comedic moments. Absolutely. but I would still want to just at some point see some realism. So just some moments of a little bit more depth between the two of them too to get me fully invested in it.
So in the chat, one says, "I was," and and if you watched our show back then, Frank were in agreement of this too. I was looking forward to a romance between Tracy and Gregory and a good dramatic story, but Frank and the writers chose a pressing. I know we I can speak both. We both agree on that one. The chemistry was there too. Even with him and Alexa, there was chemistry all around to go around. There was like all kinds of stuff going on. They just didn't do it. Frankly, I could care less. AE says, "There you go." But DG says, "I'll take Michael Knight any way I can get him."
Yeah, I mean, and that's also a very valid comment as well. I mean,
But but guess what you said? They care less. So you got people. I mean, literally, I love the chat is very much divided. And Shearer says, "I can appreciate a campy character." So I mean, and some soaps, they have them over the years. So I mean, it's kind of like I don't know, it's a fine line, and I would not probably do agree. It's a fine line because soaps don't always do comedy correctly. They don't always. It seems like it is harder. Like they don't seem to get it right all the time.
Yeah, I feel like Lucy Coe is a great example of that for this show.
Yes.
Because from at least from my tastes, they often veer wrong too much with her. And there are times where she doesn't need to be that funny, or your attempts at funny. You can dial her a little back and have her just be a real human being for a moment.
Right. Right. I see Martin with more depth and purpose, side advocate said. So they agree with you. The whole point was it was Michael's play. We didn't know anything about it. It was Michael's play. It was kind of a nice little nod. But my thing really was here's the depth that Frank was looking for. It's in Cody and Tracy. Again, he said it last time. It was kind of fun. They must be listening to us. I like those scenes because when they're in the Quartermain kitchen or that little area, sunroom, wherever it is, and he's like, "No, I don't want to charge you. It's on me." And she's like, "Well, my money's not good." Or they were kind of jokey, but you can tell she really appreciated him, and because we've seen them grow the relationship, it was very nice to see that he was like, "No, this was on me," taking him down a peg because he hates Drew also. It's in character. He hates Drew also. So for him, it was a lot of fun. He had no problem with it. He had no problem with that. It was a lot of fun. And I just thought, you know what? I like that. I do. I like that. There's a closeness there. And he said, "You're the best boss I ever had," or whatever. And she kind of smiled. It was cute. They could rib each other a little bit, but I believe it. I feel like they have moved to where they could be friendly, that they're friends.
Yeah, I mean, even though it is, yes, she is, his employer. I like that it's not a transaction. It's a purely transactional relationship, which is nice. It's like, yeah, Tracy, yeah, some people will just do stuff, for you because they like you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. So Cody is showing growth of character. They really are trying with him, I think. They really are trying with him. I don't know if he wants it or not, but they are really trying to. I'm warming up to the Cody character a little bit. So I find they're trying to kind of move him a little forward.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know where this Ava storyline's going, and that's the only part. It's like, I don't know about that. I mean, for one, it's nice that it opens Cody up to different people in the show. Great. Ava's a different character that he's interacted with than before. But I think I think we've all, or many of us who are longtime So fans, have seen this storyline play out. And so you're like, we kind of know where this is going. We kind of know like the general beats of where this storyline is going to going. I mean, the specifics will be the thing that determines how successful the storyline ultimately is for me.
I agree with that because there's a little nice chemistry between them. Actually, I'm like, I kind of see it. But maybe it's more West. Maybe that's why it is. But I see a little chemistry with them. And the problem with this show is because they don't seem to be able to do 5 things. They can't walk and chew gum at the same time. We don't really see Rick and Ava together. So unless they're doing this on purpose to show us a division, but I almost be like, it'd be great. You show her with Rick, thinking about him, maybe. Like, I mean, it's like they don't show there's not enough balance. But they do show him with everybody else. So we got a Cody and before this all started, we mentioned a couple weeks ago, we had a Cody and Carly scene. We never see them together when he asked for a job. Like we never see. I was like, oh, okay. And she was nice to him. She's like, whatever. She's on a job for me. That's nice. And then we know him and Olivia. We call her Mama Q. I love that. That's kind of fun. They have a fun little playful. We've seen him with Molly. Seen him with Christina. So there's just this weird stuff. Like we don't see him. But we see him moving around. We're not seeing Rick enough with Ava. We see him with Elizabeth. We see him now with Martin. We're seeing him with, it's like we're not seeing him enough with Ava. I'm like, I don't know. I guess.
And I feel like it's tough too with a cast this big, is you never, like, you assume that if you don't see people together on camera, in scenes, that they are together off camera.
Yeah.
Because that's sometimes how the show plays it. The show wants it to be like, oh yeah, we, TJ and Molly, we haven't seen you guys in forever, but oh, you popped on, and we just assume you were filling in all this stuff. Like, you guys have been together and things have been happening. It's not like, oh well, we've seen Molly together, we've seen Molly, and we've seen TJ in separate scenes. I guess there's trouble in the relationship. Like, none of that we never think about. So with Rick and Ava, I mean, it's weird. Like, does the show want us to think like, oh, because they're not seen together on camera, that they're not still hanging out off camera?
Right. I don't
Yeah.
get. I don't know either. I don't know either. That's what's so weird. I don't know either. It's just a, I'm like,
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like the way the show's playing it, it's like, yeah, because we're not seeing them together on camera, they're not hanging out together off camera. And now Ava's getting mad. She's figuring out Rick is lying with his dragon fruit juice.
oh, I thought of you, Frank. We haven't talked about it before, but they're sure making a big deal out of it now, apparently this week. You're drinking it too? Oh my God, it's like everywhere. I'm like, oh.
Now, James,
Well,
you're dialed into the latest beverage sensations.
usually I am, actually.
So how many times have you been drinking this dragon juice?
No, I've been drinking at Starbucks, and they have dragon fruit there. I've been drinking their summer berry fresher.
Oh,
Those are it's good. It just makes me laugh because I know what they're trying to do. Have some kind of funny through line with something, some kind of funny prop thing, and it's just kind of it's. I mean, I get it on some level. Like I said, again, comedy and things like that sometimes just don't work well enough, right? I mean, so it's kind of like you're trying to be funny about that. Okay. So I really thought of you, Frank. I thought Frank's gonna hate this. He's gonna hate this. See, it's different than the Febreze and Tide placements on Beyond the Gates. That makes me laugh, but in a funny, fun way. And they actually play it up when Homegirl spraying it there, like with the cans and the kind of. It's hilarious. They do shots with a Tide sitting right there. I mean, it's like it's on purpose. Like, it's really on purpose. This dragon fruit, I mean, dragon bear, what the fucking shit is. It's just like they're trying. So I don't hate it, but I started chuckling because I just thought of you going, Frank's gonna hate this.
well, it would embrace it more as if either it was a Starbucks plug, like, oh yeah, I went to Starbucks and grabbed you this, and
Yeah.
so hey, then we're just conveniently plugging Starbucks, get some of that
Right.
Starbucks money. But then in a world where Corinthos coffee is supposed to be the main go-to in this town, would it be a Corinthos coffee special that they're doing? And so in that case, then plug the hell out of Corinthos coffee. Make Rick have to talk about the coffee company that is that his hated brother owns, but they make a great dragonberry juice.
That would be funny, actually. That would be kind of funny, but they don't.
I hate the man, but I love his drinks.
Right. I would laugh at that. I know I actually would laugh at that. That'd be like a funny little thing, like, don't tell anybody. I do like, or him saying I like Corinthos coffee. Like, that'd be kind of funny. See, Frank and I write comedy bits. Come on, we know how to do this. Cheese and crackers. So my thing is, yeah. So that's what you call funny and kind of being in character and the whole thing. Like, shh, don't tell anybody, but I do like Corinthos dark roast or something. That would be hilarious. I'd be laughing. That'd be hilarious, right? I mean, that's the secret. He's been going to catch them. So they see. I knew you like Corinthos coffee. Like, that'd be really funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, heck yeah, I think any of us would be. I know I would laugh. It's like, I hate this person, but damn, they make a great cup of coffee. Oh.
Coffee. Coffee. Yeah, exactly. Um, anyway, but yeah, so and we got rid of that noise. Just like so it's trimming some of the fat, so it's kind of good. It's basically back to Willow and Maiko having their conversation.
Oh, wait, before rolling out, I'm sorry, of the press conference is, yeah, it seems like yeah, they've kicked Martin to the curb. So,
Yeah, so they got to
Blue
trim that
Tony doesn't
fat,
want him.
trim the Tracy stuff off.
But then Kai starts blabbing
Oh
his
yes,
mouth about Jacinda. And
I almost forgot about that because I don't like the character so much. Okay, yeah, okay, yes. Frank reminds us. I say yes, so they're trimming the fat, so they got rid of the whole Tracy stuff, got rid of the Martin stuff, but then there's Kai, who they're all talking over here. He would never say anything. I don't think. I mean, he wouldn't really. I don't think he would say anything. And he's like, the way he said it was just like they had a gun to his head or something. He was like, I'm like, okay. He told everything, and I'm like, because Trina did confront Curtis. I like that. She was
yeah,
like, "Can you come over here? I need to talk to you." And so okay, actually we'll go this direction. This is a good direction to go. So I got a lot to say about this. So Kai telling, wait till Trina finds out. He's gonna tell Trina he told probably.
oh yeah, she'll be
Yes,
happy.
she'll be happy. Right, she'll be great. It'll be great. Thanks. Um, and so because meanwhile she's talking to Curtis about it. And oh, damn it, Kai. I know. When he did, I was like, that's right. I was like, oh my God, Kai just spilled all the beans. Just told everything out of your mouth. And why would you do that, Kai? Oh my God. Okay. So she's talking to Curtis. Curtis don't even want to tell. She's like, I already know about the hooker that you guys were trying to find. But like, and Curtis is like, dang. So I kind of like that and other thing. But I have to say, it was the Curtis and Porsha conversation that made me kind of go, oh, okay. When Porsha was like, I'm done with this. Like, oh, how are you gonna be done when you want to start this shit? She was like, she had attitude. I'm tired of waiting. I'm paraphrasing, but she kind of said, I'm tired of waiting for you to decide on our marriage. And he's like, but you did it, bitch. You lie over and over again. I'm paraphrasing again. But he was like, and it really was a back and forth conversation. It was kind of interesting. Him bringing up Jordan. Because earlier, Porsha threw, and I love the way Jordan said to Anna, she threw my own drink on me. The way she said it was hilarious. And she threw her own drink on me. Like, what's her own drink? She literally, they take the straw out first and then throw it at her. I was like, something like that. I want to hit her in the face or anything. She's a doctor. That made me laugh. So, but basically, they had their war of words. And Jordan's like, you talk to your husband. Don't be looking at me. Don't be coming to me. And Porscha's like, I ain't having it. And then Isaiah had to pull Porsha aside. They're together a lot these days. I think Frank, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You called it a few weeks ago. Then all of a sudden, he was shirtless in the locker room, and she's
yeah, you don't start planting those seeds unless setting out those thirst traps.
That's how Frank and I got together. He was at Latch Buzz TV with his shirt off, and then Studio 4.
I was like, what? It
Like,
was hot here.
honey, I'm like, okay, I'm sold.
I
You're
didn't want
hired.
to get my shirt sweating. I just had to keep it off right now.
So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, Frank's right, just setting it up. But he pulled, and then he kind of went off on Jordan too. And she's like, excuse you. That's what she had to call her friend Anna to talk about it. And it's all that. But I just love, but back to the fight, because all leads to everybody talking. She's like, your daughter knows what's going on. They brought up Taggart's name. She's like, you're a hypocrite. They went back and forth. Then it was all that passion. It turned up. He grabbed her and put her on the desk. And they get started. And then who walks in?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe that's me, because I'm dead inside. Could I be that passionate in life where I would sweep a desk off?
I wouldn't. I got stuff on here.
Yeah, well, the organizer in you would be screaming.
I would.
Like, hold on, no, this was organized.
Yes, how you gonna pick it up? Oh my God, everything's in place. Oh my God. But the Curtis and then the chat. Oh, sorry, that was my brother's home. In the chat, Porsha should have paid for the drink. Somebody else says, I don't mind Brooke Cure because she's beautiful, but Porsha is weak and annoying. I want Curtis and Jordan back together. Okay. I was happy when Porsha put Curtis in his place. Cherie says, I like the way Porsha and Curtis' conversation was written. It sounded very adult and real to me as a couple. I feel the same way, actually. It felt really good. But people just say that Porsha just hates Jordan. They go, Jordan seems to be everywhere. Well, she is kind of everywhere. She's kind of like hanging around everywhere. But I think Porsha is insecure, obviously, because she wants her marriage to work. I'm just not even about Jordan. She wants her marriage to work.
You know what? And this kind of ties into the Trina part of it as well too. Is if I think that like this has kind of started kind of solidifying how I feel at least maybe especially Porsha. It's like the infantilizing of
Trina. Yes. I agree with that.
It's just irritating that especially Porsha will treat her as like I can't, she's my baby girl. I mean, and yes, every parent is going to be concerned about their child, but the extremes that Porsha takes it to is just annoying. And even to the point now where Curtis, it's like, she's an adult now. Trina is an adult. She's knocking boots with dudes, guys. She's doing her thing. She's been through a lot of life. Yes, you can let her know that you are having difficulties in your life as parents, and there are challenges and things that may impact her life. Your family. That's what you're supposed to do, because you damn well know Curtis has been on the other side of that with his dad, been irritated about being boxed out and not knowing things that have been going on with his father. So hold on, Curtis, Porsha, get off your parental high horses there and just start telling the truth to your daughter.
Yes. They're getting mad at Anna in the chat saying, if I wish Anna would have told Jordan to drop it, that would have been good friend advice. Well, Anna was just saying, I went through it myself with Robert and everything and Holly. She was just kind of, sometimes I feel like you just give people got to do their own thing. And she was just like letting her know, I've been through it, it's tough. I feel like she was supporting her, just saying that I know how hard it is. To tell her just to leave him alone, not going to do anything. I mean, that's not going to do anything. That may be good advice, but not going to do anything. She was trying to relate to Jordan. Like, I understand what you mean. And she kind of said, it gets hard. It doesn't work sometimes. So,
I mean, I feel like the harder thing now is like Porsha still as PCPD, Porsha, would have less interactions with Curtis with Aurora, with the media.
Right.
So much. Right. But now Porsha working for Sidwell, who's all about ingratiating himself into Port Charles, and the agenda is trying to get public sentiment on his side. Of course, Jordan's going to want to have some connection to the media to help with that process. So it does put her more in Curtis's orbit at this time. So, yeah, she's still going to be around him, but it's like, yeah, girl, just cool your jets.
Mick Floyd, thank you for your $20 super chat. He says, I'm Team Porsha because she was right. She was protecting her child. She had Brett under control. She's only being blackmailed because of Curtis and Drew. Sonny kills a man for crazy Chrissy. Nothing happens. A Porsha did nothing wrong. I don't know the Sonny part. But no, they all admit, even Curtis, they all admit it's his fault because he's attacking Drew. So now Drew's going to his family. They all actually, they kind of said that several times in the scene. They kind of agree. He's like, yeah, it was because of me. But the problem was I see where Curtis is coming from. You promised you would not lie to me.
Yeah.
Anything. It's almost like, just say, Drew came to me as blackmailing me because I have something that I did. If you're so strong about it, I did it because of our daughter. Like this, that's what I'm kind of saying. It's like, I get Curtis's point on some level. It's kind of like, just come to me. We already went through the lies before. Like, we survived that. And it's like, but now you're kind of, so just keep doing secret after secret after secret. I kind of get what he's saying on some level. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on his side of this one. Because we kept saying, just tell him. Like even Ava said, tell him. I was like, just tell him what's going on. because you're both being attacked, you could work it together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and it's not like nobody's saying that Curtis is going to immediately be happy about that or
right,
say, "Oh, this is great." He would be mad. Sure. He'd be
right,
irritated, be mad, but at least he would not be mad about you lying to him. Yeah.
right,
Like that only adds more to it.
right. And I will go with, sorry, my back is itching. I would go with McFloyd and saying that yes, on her end, she was trying to protect her family. So she went maybe the wrong way about it. Okay. And whatever, but again, she could have said, Curtis, I did this thing. I'm not proud of it. Whatever. And just at least he'd be in the loop and go, okay, he's mad because she just took so long to tell him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys are getting that. He's decided that she was carrying this whole thing, and it got worse because she didn't come to him. So I get it. So now Curtis feels guilty because he opened the floodgates, but also he feels like he can't do more because you were doing it separately over here, right? So I can't. Sorry, I water my plant real quick. I'm talking to you, and I'm like, he was like, I couldn't help you sooner not get to this point. He's thinking now it's too late for me to stop certain things because you were working alone over here, and we're a team. I said, I'm sorry, guys. I get where he's coming from, but yes, and he said he admitted he started this whole thing. However, homegirl over here didn't want Heather Weber out. We saw how crazy she was about that. So
Yeah, I mean, and I guess for on Curtis's side, because I mean, yes, I guess Porsche has a point where he started it, but really, I mean, Drew did by going against his pro his kind of commitment to Curtis that he was going to put him in as a CEO once he left for Washington, and then retract that to be like, no, it's got to be Michael because I'm sleeping with his wife. So, yeah, I mean, what was Curtis to do? Just like, oh, well, I guess I shouldn't be mad about that. I'll just, take my other job title and pay and just be quiet. Because I mean, Porsha was not thrilled about Drew screwing Curtis over as well. I mean, I guess Curtis could have fully told Porsha his plan.
but here's the thing too. So I see what the chat. I love the chat is completely in half. There's should be angry, not threatening to be done with their marriage. Here's my thought. When he said we have this threat that's so serious, I've been focusing on that. I understand sometimes. Sometimes you're just like, I gotta put out these fires. So he wasn't ready to deal with the personal part of this. And so, but I understand her part of feeling like she's in limbo. I get that too. I would totally get that. But I felt like Curtis was trying to handle everything, trying to figure out how to handle everything as without hurting Aurora. He already said that. You don't want to hurt Aurora. He's trying to figure out how to help so Trina doesn't it's not worse for Trina. And I felt like Curtis had a lot of things he was trying to figure out at the same time. And so, the wife's perfect. And so maybe he was so busy trying to handle that stuff that now I got to deal with my marriage at the same time. So he comes across judgmental, but it's also like, I think on some level he was busy. She did something wrong. What she did was wrong. It's against the law. So what she did was against the law. He didn't tell her to do that. So I'm just kind of like, I see more and more of his points. I say I'm not even a Porsche hater or anything. I just see more of his side of it. He's just like, there's so much going on right now. I got to handle this. I got to handle this. I got to handle this. We'll get to our marriage in a second. But she was like, no, we're getting a marriage now. We got to do this together. So I get it.
She's
That's that,
fighting.
kid.
She's
Good night,
fighting.
everybody. See you next time. Okay,
Like Flobo would fight for you if things were going.
I always fight for me. You better fight. I know you would fight for me. I know you would. Don't come in here and yell at me. Yeah. So, but you know what I mean? I feel like I see a lot more of his side. I know he comes across a little judgmental and stuff, but I still feel like a lot of characters even told Porsha, just tell your husband.
Yeah.
The whole brass was gone. So, but even if they're saying that, so exactly, Curtis did not make Porsha do what she did. He didn't make Drew do what she did, but he says he knows that it's because of their interaction that was happening. And so, yes, Kurt's just tired of women lying to him. Nothing wrong with that. I agree with that. And I don't think Jordan's pathetic. You guys are right. Like, I don't think they've written her that way. This has actually been a real kind of. I didn't know they were going to go this direction because she was so into Isaiah. So this is kind of like
Yeah.
they want just to say now she kind of likes him again. She's thinking about it, but I don't think she's pathetic. I think actually she's being very kind of cautious about it. I think.
I mean, she certainly realizes, like it's the situation that she is in and where Portia and Curtis are. So it's not like she's not scheming to get him,
No,
but she
not at
also
all.
can't help that. She's like, well, I wouldn't mind if he were single and available.
But it had those. They told them they're reminiscing of the old times.
Oh yeah,
Do that.
that was a great. I enjoyed that reminiscence.
Yes, I know. You heard that story before a long time with the other Jordans, but it's fine. It's. I just think it's and because everybody is so torn in here, I kind of like that. So it's obviously it's a not a black or white situation. It's kind of like we all come to different sides of it. So I think I think it's fine. So let's move on to another story.
I
That's
also don't know why when Portia comes from Jordan at the MetroCorp pool, that Jordan says, I was talking to him for like a half hour. That was it. He was here swimming when I got here. So chill yourself out. Like no way. Portia's thinking they've been sitting there all day, just
I know.
chummy, hanging out at the pool. It's like no, no, no. Tone it down there, Portia. We've been here for 30 minutes.
But I get it. Portia's just jealous. She thinks Jordan's after a man. There's nothing to even figure out. Just you think he's with your man, you're jealous. You pop up off of him. That's you clap back and pop off, and that's what you do. When you think somebody's trying to get your man. I
And then
would.
and then you end up doing something illegal.
Right.
Then you get yourself in a blackmail situation.
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, we move on to that storyline. That's enough of that. That's enough of that story. Um, so meanwhile, I go back to the house because the whole Jew thing is kind of coming down. We have Michael and Willow. Willow says, I'm going to talk to Michael. I'm going to make him understand. We're going to work something out. I'm going to tell him. I will be transparent. That's the word she used. I'm marrying Drew. Now, I don't know what turnip truck she fell off of that she thought Michael would be, oh, good, great, okay. Because telling him that, I mean, she told him, and then try to be like, I'm gonna stand up to him. But girl, you're so all kinds of wrong. It's not even. There's no contest. It's like you were kissing his uncle behind his back. Yeah, he cheated on you later as a result. And nobody's like, but you started this whole thing because you looked at him as the hero, and it's. I was like, I just have no use for Willow. I just have no use for her. And how she's trying to stand up to Michael, and it was like he's gonna lose. He's gonna marry Drew and get everybody. I'm like, that's the worst advice.
I mean, we've seen this kind of this sort of structure played with other things in relationships or with characters in the past where they aren't aware of everything that's happening and how their life is being screwed with by this person, but they keep giving us scenes and scenes of them like supporting or standing up for this other person. Like, you don't understand, they love me, they would never do anything like this, even though we all know that they've been doing this. And so they keep giving us scene after scene after scene, and then at some point the truth comes out, and then we have to watch scene after scene after scene of her just dealing with the fallout, and going on an apology tour. And so I'm already just like counting, like, okay, well, now we're gonna see her go back and she's gonna have to have a scene with Michael and apologize, and Carly and apologize, and blah 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 and apologize. So I am enjoying neither one of these. I'm not enjoying going up the hill, and I am not gonna enjoy going down the hill. For that one shining moment when everything's revealed right at the top, I will enjoy it. When she
Yeah,
finally realizes how much that Drew's been playing with her. But it's like, just give me that moment. I don't need to see any more of the setup, and I don't need to see any more of the apology tour that's going to come after that.
what kills me is you're right. What kills me is Drew believes he's in love with her. Really, I think he really believes that he's in love with her. And I think she really believes she's in love with him. I mean, I really do think it's it. And that she just, I couldn't help it. It just happened. We want to be together. She does love her kids, and Michael, he fully admits that. He knows she loves her kids and everything. We know that. And he's sympathetic to that. But Drew is such a disgusting ass to the whole family. Michael feels like I have to like keep him away. I mean, they all believe Willow's the one who's damaged. That's what everybody believes. So you want to protect your kids. What do you do?
What I feel like take the Nina and Ava relationship. What I enjoy about that is that even though those, especially Nina, drives me crazy, but what I do like is even though she's doing her things or Ava's doing her schemes and manipulations, that they share with each other the bad stuff that they're doing, and each other can call them out on it, and kind of
Yes.
help them kind of figure out stuff.
Yeah.
With Drew, like we all know that he's pulling the shady stuff, but there's nobody on the show that he could have those honest conversations with to be like, hey, yeah, I called it the person at the German hospital, and I told him, to block Michael from coming,
Right.
and and have that other character be saying, Drew, that's not going to work. Like, I know, we're not seeing Drew
Right.
be able to kind of speak to his agenda, and so
Right.
it makes it hard. It's like I can't like I just see Drew as a caricature in this, and so it's just like, I'm gonna have zero. Like, if you want me to believe, like, have any sort of like empathy or like understanding of Drew and why he's being shady with Willow, even though he keeps saying all this stuff about how much he loves her. I'm only
Right.
seeing a manipulator and a gaslighter. So that's only what the show's choosing to show. So it makes it tough for me to care about, like, I just want to see Drew get a comeuppance. Like, I'm not gonna it's like with Ava, less so with Nina because Nina drives me crazy, but at least with
Right.
Ava, it's like she's scheming, but she'll tell you she's told somebody why she's doing stuff, and people are calling her out. I'm like, Ava, what are you doing? This is terrible. I know, but I just, I have to. It helps when you're like, all right, she's driving me crazy, but you got to root for her a little bit. Drew, ugh, so whatever.
But it's funny because Valentine had Martin Gray for a while. They were friends.
Yeah,
He would tell him everything. They'd fight, tell him everything. So you're right. We don't have a sidekick for Drew. Maybe Kyle will be it because it won't be Dan Kyle. It won't be because Boyle's an ass too, and he knows it. Drew knows he's an
yeah.
ass. He's just using him for props or whatever. They're not going to be. They will never be friends because Boyle is too slick. He's too oily. He would sell him out in a second if he had to. I just believe it. Oh, make Floyd $10 super chat. Another one. Okay, thank you.
Woo-hoo!
Controversial opinion. I love Willow and Michael still loves her. Roy was crying when she said she was getting remarried. Willow doesn't need an apology to her. Just snap and come back. Well, that's kind of thing. He did get teary-eyed when she said it. They're getting married because he realizes they're going to be over. That's it. He's realizing they're going full steam ahead on this kind of marriage thing. Uh, Even though he has chemistry with Sasha, I don't think he's like thinking about that right now.
No,
The baby, but I don't think he's thinking about Sasha like that yet. I think he's still hoping. He is hoping that she will snap back and just come back to being herself, drop Drew, and I think he still wants her. He still loves her on some level. Believe
well,
it.
yeah, because I mean, leading into that whole fallout, from Michael's perspective, yes, they had their struggles in the past, but Michael had thought that they were at a place now where they had kind of settled that. So Michael was like, "All right, this relationship is great. We're doing good." Not realizing that Willow started fancying her hero. And so for Michael, I could understand like seeing this woman that he loved, had a child with, let her adopt his firstborn as well. To see her constantly falling for what Drew is saying and not being able to, like see past the gaslighting on that. It's got to be frustrating for Michael.
I think Michael feels sorry for Willow, and he's jealous of Drew getting with her. Well, yeah, he's like, I mean, that's not a secret. Yes, not a secret at all. I think he still does love her, and that's kind of the problem. He can't trust her because of Drew.
Yeah.
That's just that with that one. And but that conversation didn't end well at
But I
all.
also don't see this, like, I don't know why they all think like Drew and Martin. I think this is, I mean, I will Drew for sure. Like getting married to Willow is great. It's just that what he's just that much tied closer to her. But why they think like because the judge laid out the whole reason that they gave custody to Michael is because of Willow's questionable decision she made with Drew. Why
Right.
suddenly being married to Drew is gonna make all that better.
I know. I don't get it. Now we also know there is the baby. There is Daisy. And that whole other side, which confuses me every day I'm confused. Um,
I mean, I'm still gonna say it's Cuckoo Willow Pants doing her thing, but I I don't, only because I guess she delivered the baby, I suppose, or it because it is a baby that Willow's, having this, like that's what she's fixating on. I
right.
don't know. But it's weird that she, like she's fixating on Sasha's baby in her like altered state.
Yes. And we're seeing that when she changed the clothes. Oh my gosh, changed positions and clothes. Well, that's very interesting. Um, I
But
think. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
but I put the milk in the cabinet, so I guess I'm
Oh,
having
no,
that brain.
I saw that. Yeah, that was funny. I just think I'm glad baby Daisy's alive and she's healthy. I think Sasha deserves that more than anything else. Um, I don't know. I just it's because Michael now has two families, so to speak. He has this family with Willow. Now he has this confusing family with Daisy because we don't know what the last name is going to be, or do we? Well, we don't know. I don't think we do yet. We don't
No,
know.
not yet.
So we don't know. She's happy. She says she's happy to be a Scorpio, and she mentioned Robert and Holly.
Yeah, but for Sasha, I don't. Is she going to change her name to be Scorpio? Is she still going to keep, Corbin? Is she going to go back to Gilmore?
All
Uh,
right,
I mean, well, I mean, she probably would keep Corbin, I guess, because she did love Brando. So,
right.
but
The
yeah, so
kid's
like,
name,
yeah, so I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know what's going on with, but also we keep having so many scenes of like, oh man, the family's not gonna like this. Family's not gonna like this. We're getting all the way to the the christening, and we haven't had a scene of anybody reacting to
nope,
the unusual situation. So for as much as we keep hearing it, but
nope,
we're waiting to the christening for everybody to find out. Like, what do you mean she's gonna be named have the last name of blank and not
and the
Quartermain?
godparents.
Oh,
Sorry, Jocelyn. Let me tell you why I'm not gonna be a grand godmother. Um, because part of this story ends on something that I am hard pressed to say is one of the worst soap characters of all time.
ooh.
Natalia. It leads around there. It leads there, right? We're talking about this stuff. It leads there versus Sunny. Now, folks, I thought Natalia was gone. I thought he put on a plane and she was in Belize. I thought when we found she wasn't there that she was. I don't know what scene I missed that she thought her and Sunny were going off together.
Yeah, no, that was insane to me as well. Like where she made that extra leap. Where she's like, and Sunny's coming with me, and we're gonna be happy forever there. Like, what?
I remember him saying, "We'll be friends. We'll keep in touch." That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you've done this for me. I will, it's like, I won't forget this,
Right.
and it's like, I pay my debts, blah, blah, blah. That so I was not expecting Sunny to be on that plane. Like at most, I would have expected Sunny to be there. Like if you want her to fly with her over, set her, you make sure that she's set up, and then see you later. And then he's coming back solo. At most, that's what I was expecting. But
Yeah,
for her to make that leap, that's like, oh yeah, and Sonny's going to be staying here in Belize with me. Like, huh? Where did that come from?
I know. And they had that guy. I was like, oh no, I know what's going to happen. They have her drive and crash. He was like, no crashing. There'll be no crashing in the ceremony this time. As they reminisce about the Quartermains, crashing Michaels, all the parallels, everything. That is hilarious to me.
Well,
I,
I mean, they did a lot in that hotel room with her just spilling tea to Brooklyn, but then chugging that booze as well. So it's like, how did she get to that christening and not be drunk? Because
right.
they really played it up that she was just pounding that drink.
Yeah, it's as she shows up to the christening.
It was weird because
I'm
like
like,
it's because I was confused. Like, hey, is she off the show now? And I was just going up, and they were saying like, oh yeah, June 13th was her last day. I'm like, well, no, because we're at the end of June now. I
right,
still see her on my TV.
right.
So I mean, maybe her last day of filming was that. So we still got another 6 weeks of her.
I just think this character is so not needed. That's just a thorn in his side. You didn't believe in me. I thought for sure we were together. I'm like, where is that coming from?
Oh, I know.
Sonny never said he was coming with her. I know. I don't. But I just don't know where. And that whole breakdown scene, I did not need to see.
And also, I don't know how Sonny's guys just let her go to the christening. You know, without
Where the
like,
homeboy go make a phone call? We kept making it right there in the hallway. Like, where'd he go?
yeah,
I have a phone call. He like walks off somewhere. Like, why would you walk?
like you had one job, dude. Sonny sent you there early to get her on that plane, and now she's sitting there at the christening. Yeah, great job, buddy.
I just that character. The character. I was thinking with this. The character of Natalia had lots of potential throughout her whole stay. Her reoccurring stay, she had potential. But I felt like they did not write her in a way that was likable. I don't think anybody cares if she leaves. I don't think they've written it in a way that's fully coherent. I feel like we got bits and pieces, but they got rid of her daughter, so we couldn't fight that anymore. They brought her son on, but he hates her. They had her and Sonny kind of get close together. They never got together. Like, I feel like there were so many places that she could have been played in. They didn't do it fully, and I don't think she had to lose her full potential. I think the character, there was so much that could have been done for the character that this wasn't done.
Yeah, I mean, the worst. I mean, any sort of interest I feel like the show had of maybe exploring a character arc with her was kind of doomed once Blaze left the show.
Yeah,
Because then she had like the whole reason that she was in this having this issue was trying to come to terms with her daughter's sexuality.
yes,
uh and her feelings about that. We lost that, and so it was tough to have it, and we saw her so infrequently that the show just never invested in
yes.
that character and her storyline, so we couldn't care. We didn't care about her.
No, there's just, but they want to make her a thorn in his side. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to her speech at the christening, whatever that may be. I'm not looking forward to
So I mean, I guess does that mean that she's not getting on that jet now, and so that she's going to be turning that stuff over to uh the ADA? So good times there, I guess.
I guess so, and I'm not looking forward to any of that. I just and that ADA Turner, she's fun. I think she's okay. Um, that whole baseball glove shot, all that stuff was going on over there. But I love that Jason's kind of involved a little bit too, and so he's talking to him, and he's not a dummy. He's not a dummy. He's like, something's going on with this 88 Taylor thing. Something's going on. Um, but it's all this stuff about bringing Sonny down. I feel like we've been down this road before to no full extent. Are we sending him to prison? Is this his swan song? Are we really going to go and put him in prison?
what I because reading that scene of ADA Turner coming over to Sonny's place with with that softball glove, like we're all taking it from that Sonny had that glove sent over to her.
Of course.
So if after she leaves, if he's now feeling the pressure from ADA Turner, like, oh, she's getting a little too close. I got to get Natalia out of here now. Then Sonny, why did you send her the damn glove? Why did you want to just goose her with that glove then? You didn't have to. If you
Right.
hadn't sent her that glove, she wouldn't be showing up on your doorstep right now. So, Sonny, don't be an idiot.
I, the whole baseball stuff gets my nerves anyway. I don't know. I just feel like a couple of characters that I see they have ideas for them about them, but they're not really executed very well. And anyone, and I want to make sure I said it. I know even LaRue, I said that scene. I didn't need to see that scene in the hotel of her breaking down, but she is a good actress, Emmy-winning actress. Nothing against her. I just think they just didn't utilize her enough and well.
No, it's weird now to make her her leaving the show if they're writing her out to be so cumbersome. Like, we you had plenty of ways much earlier this month to just have her be gone.
Yes.
We all thought that she was gone at points already. It's so you could have not just done anything. You could have never brought her back. You could have TJ'd her. You could have TJ'd her,
Yeah.
and nobody would have said anything.
I think they're going to kill her. Folks at home, do they going to kill
Maybe.
her?
I mean, I feel like we're due for a good death, and I guess do you set up Sunny for it? Like, does Sidwell do that? Like, because to segue over to the Sidwell side of it, and tell me if you're seeing this differently. I'm confused on the Sidwell situation because, especially after Sunny and his conversation from last week, where they were
Yes.
talking about family, and from that scene made me think like, oh, hey, as we talked about last week, is that Sidwell helped Michael with the custody case, put his thumb on the scale because he did put the bomb in his apartment, and it was supposed to be for Sonny, and Michael got it hurt
Right.
because of it.
Right.
It's like, hey, kids shouldn't be affected in these things.
Right.
Yet now this on Friday's episode, we get him looking through photos of Sonny's family, like this is his weak spot.
Yep.
So like that confuses me because I felt like didn't they talk about like not involving children in these matters? But then on top of that, it's like if you've already decided to get involved with the children's matters with Michael's custody, you already have a way to blackmail Sonny. So why are
Right.
we looking at more photos? You could just tell Sonny like, hey, you do this for me, or I get the judge to overturn a ruling and Michael loses his kids.
There is chemistry between Sonny and Turner. Is this going to be some kind of seduction with a baseball? Uh, she should have just gone blaze to her blaze. Yes, they will run her off the road. Natalia is toast. I'm really disappointed on how they wasted a good actress. I agree. And I think, and Maya brings up Sonny's trying to use the ADA. I think he is a little bit.
Well, Sonny, you're not the man you used to be. And
Right.
so you can't be throwing softball mitts at people and then start freaking out when they come back and reject your gifts. So,
Yeah, a big box. It's a big box. I don't know. It's in real life, ADA Turner and Sidwell are married in real life. So that's kind of the whole thing in real life. So it's kind of we have a couple on the show. So you take with that what you will. She's good. I mean, I don't mind. She's not a bad actress. Sidwell I like, but Sidwell I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, is he as evil as everybody says he is? I'm thinking yes. I guess they're trying to show us the pictures of the kids and stuff. Like they're showing that he is evil.
I
Yeah.
guess, but the show's writing his motivation's weird. Like just just tell Sonny about Michael's kids in the judge ruling. Like that's it. That gets you your peers. I don't know why he does that, but then also has to look through photos of the other kids as well. Like,
Yeah, something's going on there. Yeah, he's working. He's like he has an idea of something, and I don't know. I mean, it's they've all been in danger before. So
Yeah, but it's also weird. Like, why did we have that conversation with Sonny about like kids should not be involved in this stuff? Like, that's
Right.
weird too. And then we see him. Oh, well, no, now I'm going through all this. So I don't understand what's going on with Sidwell. Like, I feel like I need you. They got the show's got to start showing some cards, at least to the audience. Doesn't have to be to the other characters, but just so we are all clear on what the deal with Sidwell is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was great to see the parapet there
Yes.
but I was expecting like somebody comes out there. I was expecting something,
Right.
somebody else to join him out there or him to make a call from out there. But we just ended with him just standing there, just staring out. I'm like, oh, that was it? Man, again, I like Sidwell. I want him to be able to do some cool stuff on the show. But man, guys, you got to get it organized.
I agree. I totally agree. Again, it feels like sometimes they don't want to commit to a character fully, or they give you little bits, and then they don't always add up. Because like 2 weeks ago, and I did a Zoom for with some fans, and the actor said, there's times when our character is completely out of their mind and they have to do something else. And they're like, what are we doing? Like, why? They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. So on soaps, things can change in an instant. I mean, I would say
Very
it's right
true.
or wrong, but they can. Um, yeah. I just, there was that little moment they had at the christening where Carly and, again, it's about exes working together. I really do believe Carly and Sonny are done. They are co-parent friends.
Yes, which is fine by me.
Me too. Don't need anything more. They're good. They're good. So I think that's good. Um,
But I also like don't know what although like Carly's love life is not a huge issue on the show at all either. I mean, yeah, she's with Brennan, but it's not like some big front burner part of her
right,
life. So, I mean, I guess maybe the same thing is for Sunny. Like, I thought like that's why Natalia might be being set up. Whether you thought the chemistry between those two characters there or not, like, well, at least it was somebody, around his age that he could be in a relationship with. But with her being gone now, I don't know. I mean, the ADA stuff could be flirtatious, but we all know she's not a long-term character.
right.
So,
I, don't
yeah,
know. I think there's a waste of characters out there. You can write good short-term stories and write good characters who are interlopers or here for something. Like they're here to make movement happen. And Sidwell, literally, you guys are right. He's literally just sitting around. He's not doing anything yet. It's kind of like, okay, been here a couple of months. Can you let's start wrapping up? Maybe they're gonna start because of the pictures. Maybe they will wrap it up. But I mean, it's been very known, and Laura's happy. The peers stay with Sonny.
yeah.
They've already established they think that Sybil is really dangerous.
Uh, those photos. He's got those photos, and I like them that he just, he hides them away, but then he pulls them right back out again. Starts looking at him again.
Yep. Just
And
make
that
sure.
scene, oh,
Where's my?
that scene with Natalia coming over to Sidwell was just so useless. Well, Margot's mad at me now.
I know.
Like, what were you expecting Sidwell to say? He's not a huge fan of you.
No, no, not at all.
He's
So
like,
I don't
well,
know. Yeah, I
too
don't know.
bad. Too bad for you.
Get off my shirt, you guys.
Don't stop. Keep going.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's looking hot over there, James. You should take the t-shirt off too.
here we go. No, no, I'm not doing this. All 75 people were tune outs.
Or you might get 75 super chats.
And so that's, I said, if for $5 each, I'll take off and we actually more than that. We $20, you'll take my shirt off. They thought it was interesting that they were physical photos on his phone. And me too, I like that. I like that too, actually. It's a nice touch.
Well, true. I mean, otherwise, we're saying that Sidwell was going around town snapping
Yeah, I
photos.
know. Yeah, but I'm saying, but they had it. But I mean, I know. I was kind of. They could have. Somebody could have snapped it and sent it to his phone.
True.
So they could have. Hey, hello. I got AirPlay. What's it called? AirPlay. Air tag.
Airdrop. That's right.
AirDrop.
Yeah, but in a world where we have to
The
have
world.
our private investigators, they need to have their cameras, so we need to give them.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose them just for smartphones, James.
I guess not. I guess not. Okay. I thought this was a PG show. It still is. It's PG-13. Eva Lulu is a great actress. There's a long-term story. I agree. I know what I'm saying. They botched her whole story from beginning to end. None of it makes sense. So I'm just like, okay. Let's move on from that. I just want to move on from that too now. Because I think this part is kind of funny. And I know where they're going, Frank. I know where they're going. I mean, actually, they can go several ways, but I think I know where they're going. So Gio is at the Metrocourt pool. They're using that set. The unrestless people are upset. They want that set for themselves. I know. Thank you. The fans, restless. Hey, we talked about that set on the show this morning. They're like, we need a pool set in Wisconsin. So here's the deal. We have the next generation of Quartermains. We have Rocco and well, it's not Quartermain, but anyway, next generation. Rocco and homeboy, well, I think it was Danny, working at Metrocourt, working with, so that was kind of cute, working with Gio. But Gio and Lulu, what do you think about that, kids? They're getting closer and closer. I never saw that coming.
I mean, certainly it makes sense given how, Gio felt about Lulu's, apology to him last week. So, like Gio has no issue with Lulu. So he's like, no. Hey, you told me, in fact, you've told me now my real birthday. So I like you even more.
I heard a rumor, Frank.
Oh, what's this rumor?
I don't always believe rumors, kids. But I heard this rumor. Don't hate the messenger. I heard either he's gonna look to Lulu like a mother figure and like her, which makes Brooklyn even worse, or they're gonna sleep together. Stranger things have happened.
Holy cow. That
I've heard that. I see the chat. You're saying it too.
That would be bonkers. Bonkersness of it. Right? I would go sleep with her. That would be so bonkers. Let's go.
Well, remember Brenda and Michael. It was all, but they actually didn't sleep together. They woke up. Cody found them in bed together, and that was gross to you guys. I'm just saying. I heard that on some level. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't go that direction. Yeah, the framing of that scene with Thank you, Port Misery. That framing of that scene was nuts. She's just, I know. Those aren't rumors. Those are fan theories. I'm not reading fan. I don't read fan stuff. For me, I read it somewhere else, and I was like, mm-hmm. And see, folks in here, they feel it. Her ex-husband's son. That don't mean anything. That really doesn't mean anything. Oh my God, have you got okay? Before I let Frank talk. All y'all in this chat act like you ain't watched a soap opera ever in your entire life. Oh my God, they hadn't. Yeah, yes, Ned didn't know that Monica was his aunt at the time, but the show had him sleep with his aunt by marriage, and bring it all out later. They talked about it recently. Not too long ago, they talked about it. I mean, like, come on. I'm just saying. I heard two different sides. One, I stated them both. One, they get closer, which makes Brooklyn more jealous. And then maybe because remember, Dante went to him and was like, I invite you to some baseball shit or whatever. They become a family, so to speak, right? Which leaves Brooklyn out. That's one thing. Another thing is if they slept together, Bold and Beautiful does shit like this in 2025, Nicholas. You know they do. They've done all kind of stuff. They did something. 1 second. They did something that everybody kept telling me, no, James, they're not going to do it. They made Crazy Luna Finn's daughter. And they kept saying, he was 18. He slept with his mother's sister. And they did that on a soap in 2025. So I'm just telling you, not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, I read somewhere that. And it's not a fan thing. I didn't read a fan thing. I don't watch any of the spoiler videos and that stuff. That stuff's always wrong. You, if it does happen, I want to timestamp today. 6/29/25 that James Lott Jr. said it's a possibility.
Oh,
Wow, the internet. I'm texting Frank. I'm like, the internet was like, no, James. The man trying to keep me down. See, they don't like the truth. They don't like the truth, folks. I see all your chats. I see all your comments. I see that is hilarious. It's good to know that Frank was still on, apparently. You're still on, Frank, apparently.
I waited. I was never going to leave you.
That's why Frank James would take his shirt off. Your comments are all hilarious, you guys. I like it. Now Frank has to take his shirt off. All of your comments are hilarious, you guys. That's just pretty funny, you guys. I know that take was too hot. Like Frank said, it was too hot. That is. I have to laugh. That is pretty funny. Yes, James. I feel you. We're in a world where Brady Black has a child with Kristen DeMira. Hello. Frank was disrobing. They're like, the folks are just having a good time just chatting with that thing. I was like, my power went out. Like, what? Did I do that? Oh my God. That was like, James Spears said, shut it down now. The soap gods are telling him this ain't happening. That's hilarious. He got so heated, he dropped. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I just, yeah. Should we move on? I guess we'll move on from that storyline. I won't get in trouble again. No, basically, I think either way, I'll buy that for $1. Take it off Frank. I love it. Sam slept with Rick. I'm telling you guys, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Oh, we gonna get Gio clapping cheeks with Lulu. All right.
Here's the thing: Lulu ain't had any in 4 years.
That's true.
She ain't had none, and Dante's like, no, bitch, I'm done. I am not in this at all. I mean, why not?
There you go. Props to the guy, the drunk guy at the Metro Court.
Oh my God, Frank, you could do a better job than that. Oh my God, talk about chewing some scenery. Woo! I was like, oh my God, but yeah, no, he gets points, I guess, and Gio shoos him away.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like that was all unnecessary. But no, I think I picked a good live show to come on. I know, it's our show every week. It's crazy. It's crazy every week. Between me and Frank. Yeah, no, I know Willow. I know it's Gio will be like, Dad, you didn't want to F her, so I will. No. Oh my God, it is. Because right before that we had Dante talk to Brooklyn. So he's still mad at Brooklyn, which I understand on some level. Go ahead.
But I did like where Brooklyn said, like, can we just skip to the part where you just start, yelling at me?
I know. Yeah, she's like, come on. I like that part too. She's like, come on. Well, I mean, okay. I forgot we have another minefield right there, Frank. Also, we have to pull together, you guys. Devin, I heard some stripping going on. And the power went out. Clap them cheeks with Lulu because I called it. I love it. Here's the deal. I don't know if it was lazy writing. I don't know what. Because at first you're right. We have the Dante and Brooklyn conversation. I enjoyed it. We got to work together and get Gio. We can't just rush him. You know, we got to figure it out. She mentioned Chase. He got mad. I don't want to talk about this. She's, okay. I said fine, big baby, fine. He goes out. The kids come while she's reading the whatever. I still don't know what's going on with the whole Brit stuff. I don't even know what's going on there. They're looking at different, you know, because Marco was there. He leaves. They're looking at the time, and I'm trying to figure out. Are they trying to say that Rocco is not Lulu's?
No, I mean, I think they're trying to say that Lulu and Dante never told Rocco that Brit carried him as a surrogate.
Okay, so we have that going on. The kids come in. It's kind of cute. It's like we have Quartermains talking, cousins talking to each other, being funny, cutesy. Jason walks in for a cutesy moment too. Everybody's cutesy. Then she runs off, but puts the folder between Deception magazines and leaves it sitting out.
That was so. I mean, you couldn't. There had to be a better way to write that, where it could be the folder could be left in such a way that Danny and Rocco can see it. Like this was just so lame. Like, come on, you were so worried about anybody seeing this, you're just gonna leave it right there and leave the mansion to go to the Metro Court. Like, no. If you're so worried about this, you would take it somewhere else or take it with you. One of the two. That was so dumb to me. Like you knew as soon as she left,
She left.
yeah, that somebody was going to find it.
Well, yeah, and then Danny finds it.
Which I liked. Great. And he tells Rocco. He didn't like keep it like a secret. I like that he told Rocco. Boom. Let's get into it then. Because this is so dumb to me. Like, because I don't even think like it's dumb, and I don't even know. I think it's just going to be just one reason why. Like, it's just going to add fuel to the fire between the Lulu and Brooke relationship. Uh, I, but I don't think like Rocco finding out that he was a surrogate. It's not the same thing as like Brooklyn and Gio and a baby for adoption and not telling Dante for all that time. They don't equate. To me, it doesn't. Does it to you?
So I dumb. The storyline is dumb, is what I said. It's dumb. None of it makes sense to me whatsoever. But see, I don't even know if that's where they're going. Maybe they're not going that direction. I mean, I feel like okay. I feel like all of us who watch the show, and what you just said, like there's nothing there that's revolutionary, right? There's nothing there that's gonna really make him like, oh my God, I was an embryo somewhere. Like, I feel like that doesn't care. My whole thing, it has to be something bigger.
It better be, because if it's just to try to say like, see, Lulu, you weren't always honest with your child, even though you said you were, like that
It
seems
has to be
so.
bigger.
Ugh.
And Marco calling Lucas about Brit.
Yeah. Uh,
That was interesting. I was like, oh, like he's kind of like, you knew her. You were 6 years. I was like, yeah, because she was best friends with Brad. See, Brad isn't even here because he was paid off by Drew. I just feel Frank. I'm like, again, I feel like they're doing something, but again, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. They're showing us bits and pieces. I'm trying to stay positive and believe it's going to be a big reveal that we don't even know, whether it's reconning or whatever. So I feel like in the chat, everybody say, and with you, I feel like all the things we could think it could be, that's not anything crazy.
yeah.
Okay. Like that, it has to be something bigger.
I mean,
And
the
I'm
show.
saying, go ahead,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
the way the show frames it and all these scenes makes them want us to think it's going to be huge.
Right. It'd be funny if it really is Nicholas's and her baby. After all that, I wouldn't start laughing. If they said that, I would just start busting up. If that's what they said, it's actually Nicholas and Brit's child. So, but see, the problem is Brit's dead. I know that means nothing, but Brit also had Huntington's disease. So there's two big things going on there. And is it Brit? Is it not Brit? That's a possibility also. They've done it before. Rebecca, they've done it. No, Frank, you can't say nope. They've done it.
I know, but just don't
They're gonna do it.
Oh,
You gotta think about it. That could be a possibility too. So, or could Brooklyn be hiring a lookalike?
ugh,
That's been done before too.
ugh.
I'm trying my best to sit here and think, okay, I don't know where they're going with this. I just don't. So that's why I can't speculate, because I'm just like, I don't know where they're going with this. But I keep feeling like it has to be a big thing.
For me, any choice other than it being the real Brit is going to be lame.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. But Howard Kama didn't listen to us.
No, that's true.
They had Smike for how long? Nixon Falls, your favorite?
Ooh, ooh.
I'm just saying, kids. And Dr. O, if they could add an Obrecht in there and give us a plausible something like she brought Brit back. I to see the death part isn't really the problem, right? It's not really the problem. It's just that it's what do they do with the kid thing. They're going this angle. I know they're going to go this angle. I think it's Maxie's son. Because originally, Maxie Spinelli was supposed to be holding Lanty's baby. Child was theirs. She got pregnant. Had it. Valentine had an embryo of Lulu from Helena. They created Charlotte. You got that. Because remember, it was Stavros who wanted to have a baby with Lulu. They changed it to Valentine. Remember, he was obsessed with Lulu because of Laura. So that was that. This embryo was supposed to be Rocco, supposed to be this embryo was supposed to be Dante and Lulu's. She couldn't carry it. That and then Brit, it was a whole thing. The whole point is that Lulu couldn't carry the baby herself anyway. So that's why I went to Maxie in the first place. But so there were several embryos out there. That was it. I heard. If I remember correctly, there's only two. If I remember correctly, there's only two. The rest are all killed or something. But Brit had been trying to pass it off, make a chart of embryos. I know, but I'm just shocked to go in this direction. I did not think Brit's return would be tied to Brooklyn and all that. I had no idea. I thought something totally different. I wasn't even thinking. So I don't know what to say. I'm kind of like, Frank, I can't answer any questions because I don't know where they're going with this. It's a mystery to me. Like really a real mystery because they can go anywhere with this. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing.
No, it's true. What I do like is that hopefully it's gonna get more interesting because I can't have just Lulu or Brooklyn looking at a file folder with Brit's photo. Now that Danny and Rocco were in on it, hopefully it picks up some steam.
Yes, I hope so too. Because they've been. I mean, everybody agrees they've been moving pretty good pacing. Pacing's been pretty good the stories. So, yeah, let's see what the kids do. It's summertime, so let's see what they're on the show now. So let's see what they do. They're making Brit and Patrick's, but Patrick's not on the show anymore. And he's totally entrenched as Billy on Young and the Restless. Let's recast Patrick, but he's not on the show anymore. So I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. Making Sasha Hollies was kind of crazy. So they'll do stuff like this. They will do stuff.
No, that's true.
Yeah, they will. Do they recast? They could. I don't know. I don't. He's not really related to anybody on the show anymore. I mean, it's kind of like, why bring Patrick back?
But I feel if you bring in Patrick, then you got to bring back Robin.
Right, because Emma. Emma's there, yeah, but like, she's not a doctor or nothing. So why would he come back?
Yeah.
I think I read the character appears mid-July. It's not too far away. Yeah, it's not too far away. They shoot like 5 weeks in advance, so I know she's shooting, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. I don't. That's the point. I say Emma's there, but again, it's like, unless he comes short term, I don't. They don't really need him long because again, they need Robin and the other kid Noah. They need to bring the whole family on.
Oh, it's true. However old Noah's going to be at this point.
Yeah, sorry, I just think they're not going to do that. Yes, but this is the baby she tried to trick Patrick with, not Nicholas. But either way, I'm just trying to think of different possibilities. So, okay, sure, it's Patrick and hers. Okay, but I just don't. That's not exciting either. That's not exciting. I don't think that's doesn't. Does anybody care about Patrick these days? I don't think so. On the show, he has been mentioned. They're not mentioning it at all. Nicholas is different because Nicholas is still tied to Laura and Lulu and Ava. I mean, he's still tied to people. Ace is on the show still. I'm just trying to think of what would make a big impact. Like, what would make something that people go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, what would it be? Right. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. I don't need it or want it. I know. This storyline's crazy. I'm with you. This storyline, I don't know.
yeah, especially, I mean, the thing we bring up the hunting thing, like, so that if Brit had some relation to it, then, Rocco needed to get tested for Huntington's. I mean, that could at
Right.
least give a little bit of drama for it.
Right. I want to mention, that's enough of that storyline. I want to mention, because you and I talked about this before, and they totally alluded to it. Rick and Elizabeth. Her talk with Lucas, Frank, they alluded to it.
Yeah.
Well, the way I'm like, okay, Elizabeth. I mean, they got really lucky, so I guess they're like, bye. And the whole thing of if he got with Elizabeth, that would make Ava completely jealous and fall into Cody's arms. Obviously, that's the whole thing, right? They're hoping. But Elizabeth, when he was like, she's on guard with him. I get it. I know, I get it. And when Lucas goes, yeah, like the Carly thing. She's like, yeah, I know. She's like, yeah, I know.
How can you, if you knew somebody that kept somebody a prisoner in a secret place in their house, how could you ever just, I mean,
I know. Yeah, I know.
but still,
It
he's a good
is.
guy.
It is. It's almost me. Fine. It is crazy, and I'm just like, I feel like they're trying to put her back in his orbit, which I don't mind so much. I like Rick and Elizabeth. I wouldn't mind a little triangle between the three of them. Would be very interesting because Rick, even though I act all hard against her, he loves Elizabeth. She's a good girl. She's the good girl.
Yeah.
That's his redemption, is Elizabeth. Ava is more people think that's what he should be with. And Ava's taking him down a bad path, obviously. There's all this stuff. And now she ties into Elizabeth and Lex is talking. And now we know what's going on.
Yeah, I did like it's like, oh yeah, I talked to Elizabeth and she doesn't know. Oh no, she does. Or at least Christina's up front. So, oh, she does.
That was hilarious. She doesn't know anything. Oh no, she knows. I did check on what she said that. She was like, oh no, who knows everything. And so it's one of those things which is soapy. Everybody kind of knows what's going on, except for the police, everything. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing Liz doesn't know is that Rick's blackmailing Alexis.
Right. Right.
So,
and Liz is led by Ava. But what is Liz going to say? I'm keeping her daughter out of prison. She tried to kill me. They literally got hurt. Her husband literally. That's why Elizabeth gave attitude a couple weeks ago to Christine. Like, yeah, but I literally got hurt. Like literally, she got hurt. I mean, different. She just heard about it. It happened to her.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. That's why she has a little attitude. She's like, if you do anything like this ever again, I will turn you in. I love it. It's like excuse you, bitch. You hurt me. And Rick. And so I get when she tells Alexis the same thing. I know you've been through a lot. I don't want to go their daughter away from you. I mean, I totally get it. It's like I kind of get it on some weird level. I kind of get it. It's a stretch, but I get it. And Molly's, I mean, it's gonna come out, of course, you know that. When it comes out, when Molly finds out, because once again, Elizabeth, nope, wrong person. Once again, take two. Once again, Alexis chose Christina over Molly. That's how Molly's going to view that, folks. She did all she could to protect. She's not going to see it as protection against her.
No.
Not at all. She's going to see it as what the F. And Mom, you did this too. And you kept it a secret. Once again, you were protecting her when my father almost died. But then she's going to find out her father was blackmailed with Ava. Poor thing. She's going to be Mom's going to be like, I'm done with all y'all. Y'all tired. And she'll run to the stables and screw Cody.
But what's interesting is it really hasn't been any Molly and
bless you.
Excuse me. Any Molly and Cody scenes since this whole seduction of Ava started. Like the most we saw her looking at him and Ava sitting across the court in the Metro Court pool, but that was it. So very interesting that they're not doing that. So it's like, why would you not? I mean, and Molly saying like, hey, you're spending a lot of time with Ava, but we're not having those scenes. So
nope. I mean, yes, they're officially still friends, only friends.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting into relationship stuff with them.
Yes, but there's something there between them. I like Cody and Molly together, but I'm saying I also like Cody and Lulu. There's something there too. There's something little there too, kind of. Fans don't want it. I know I don't want it either, but I'm just saying I see something there too.
To go back to Lulu, the wet blanket that is Lulu Spencer,
yes,
for a second.
Yes,
or Lulu Falconary, or whatever
her name is. Yeah.
Her conversation with Brad at the Metro Court pool, where Brad was with Lucas, where Lucas was excited to be with Marco, and then by the end of it was like, well, I'm just gonna leave now after Lulu just wet blanketed him about Marco.
I know. She was like, are you sure about him and his father? And blah, blah, blah. And she goes, hello, Dante's Sonny. I'm glad he brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Lulu. Come on. Leave your cousin alone. I mean, I was like, hello.
Oh, I just liked how he sounded when he left. I was like, well, I'm going to go.
Yeah, I would too.
This is
I love this conversation. I love to talk about.
But I also enjoyed that he immediately goes over to the law offices, and as soon as he opens the door to see Natalia and Marco talking, and immediately he's like, "What's going on here?" Like I love when someone's like, you can immediately walk in, like anybody calls you out in any place at any time. What's going on here? Why are you at the hospital? Why are you at the police department? Everybody just gets called out. That's like an acceptable way to speak to somebody.
Oh yeah. It's weird. But
why are you here? Why are you here?
Right here. What are you doing? There. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so for me, in summation, some of these characters, I feel like there's all this potential. And though the pacing has been better in general, there has been glitches and holes in story. So this all leads to the ending basically of the week, and that's they have the Christine beginning, basically the beginning. They have to explain why Jocelyn's not the godmother and blah blah blah. So we have Felicia as a godmother, Jason as a godfather, Harkin taking a call back to the beginning, the three biggies reminisce, blah blah blah. Natalia shows up at the end to ruin everything, obviously, and I'm like, we don't need her. Daisy's there, fine. Sasha, she's getting close. Holly and Robert, her and Robert face chat all the time. Got that. Holly sends a little gift. Got that. But again, I don't know what's happening in real life. I don't know. I really don't know why we can't have them there, at least for one day.
Yeah.
I don't. And Matt, and again, you're a man, so I don't know what's happening. I think I'm assuming it's real life. Something's happening in real life at the time of taping. Because why isn't Mac there?
Yeah.
Why is this kind of weird? So again, I mean, it's so fast. That's fine. I'll take a christening. That's fine. But it's just like, and Christina's there. And, it's kind of like I said, we're having our little, the whole Carson family. That was kind of cute. That's kind of cute. But there's like holes in story. Like they don't follow. Like I said, they leave people out for long periods of time. They don't have they'll go from here and jump to here. They'll do left right turns. I'm just like I don't want to get to do a straight line and give us just a straight on story that leads naturally to a big climax and another story that leads naturally to it. I just feel like sometimes they drop the ball sometimes, and we don't need this Natalia stuff. This Natalia stuff is just like, again, like I said in chat, why should think Sunny was going through their beliefs? Like, no, we've never seen that scene ever. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. For me, the interesting thing is not, is Sunny going to be in trouble with ADA Turner? I don't care
Right.
about that stuff. You could drop that and Natalia. For me,
Right.
I really care about like the Sunny Sidwell. That seems to be more where the interest is. Like what's going
Right.
on with this and what happens when the two of them start going against each other. And
Right.
the show is reluctant. Like, it's slow walking us to get to that point.
Yes.
I don't need this other distractions with Natalia and ADA Turner. Just get to the Sunny and
Right.
Sidwell.
Right. So I'm like, this is it just they do something like this. Like I said, Natalia is not even needed. But
Oh,
they're gonna make a big thing about it. And tomorrow, they're gonna make a big thing about it. Probably she's gonna go off and make some big accusation or whatever. Now, see the thing about Jazz. That's what I'm saying. John J. York was sick for for a while, but he came back. So I thought he was done. But maybe something. Maybe he had. I don't know. Maybe he was still getting over stuff. Maybe he had treatments. I don't know. As I'm saying, I don't know. So maybe he does it. But he came back for a while, and I thought he was like back. They can make a big deal like he's back, and he looked really good. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
If that's the
And
case, then we feel bad for him, of course. But
yeah, and as much as I want to see Robert back, yeah, I don't know what Tristan's health is at the moment.
yeah, there's something going on there too. I don't so fully don't quote me here. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think there's something going on there too. So I don't know for sure. Maybe decided they didn't want to bring Holly back by herself. Maybe they didn't want to do that. I don't know because she's fine. She's doing fine. Or maybe she couldn't make it over from England. She lives in England, so maybe she could make it over. Who knows what it is? So it's just sad that they're not going to be there. Felicia seems to be the one that's there.
Yeah,
So I mean, apparently she's on it. And she'll be the guy. She'll be the godmother. But yeah, out there both okay too. I agree with you. We like the Scorpio brothers. They are legacy characters who, especially back in the day, carried a lot of story. They have long histories. I mean, and Mac especially, because Robert was gone for a long time because of the whole blowing up and all that stuff. But John J. York, I'm going to say Mac. John J. I have no problem talking about this all day long. John J. York was a staple on the show. He raised half the girls on that show.
yeah.
He was a staple. I hope he is okay because he has a lot of years left. I don't want anything, He said so at a certain point people age out. But see, I disagree with that, Nicholas, because soaps are multi-generational. And over the years, all the soaps have had older people on there doing great jobs. Many of them do die off the show. I mean, literally, Bill Hayes was 99 years old on Days of Our Lives, and they made him possessed by the devil, and he carried that story. I'm just saying, some folks are good to the end. Some are good as they get older. So I wouldn't count people out. John Aniston, Joe Mascolo. I mean, it's the people who have lasted well into their 80s.
I mean,
And
Anthony Gear's
Eric Braden.
Yeah.
Eric Braeden is 85 years old. He's front burner storyline Young and the Restless. So I don't know. I think that old people can still, but since people have health issues, it's a different story. But there are folks that can't last for a while. And a lot of these shows will accommodate. A lot of shows will accommodate if you have a health issue or whatever, they'll accommodate, especially a legend like them. Or John J. York, I'm not sure exactly. I'm just not sure what his, I don't want to start any rumors. I'm not sure what his, or Tristan Rogers, what their, I've heard things, but I'm not sure. I probably could find, I have friends I could probably find out, but I just haven't. So I just want to tell you guys out there, I'm just like, yeah. Yeah. So I'm just saying that there's folks who do last for a long time on these soaps. They do, and they do a fine job. Yeah, a few have to be the cue card here and there, so it's kind of crazy. So, but, anyway, but I don't want to say anything on this show because we don't do gossip or anything. But anyways, that's kind of So that's kind of crazy. I know cue cards are rough. Back in the day, everybody used to have cue cards back in the day. That's what's kind of funny when they first started. There were cue cards off to the side all the time. Then somehow cue cards became a bad thing later. It's kind of funny how that changed over time. Yeah, so it's kind of was one of those things. Yes. So, but yeah. What did we miss? Anything I missed?
I
I
don't
don't think so.
think so.
You
No.
got it. It ended with the christening. It ended with the whole beginning of the christening. That's how it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of that. And Natalia. Well, whoever that guy was, Paul, whoever he was, he did a bad job. So he's gonna be happy about that. He is not gonna be. He's not gonna. He's not gonna be happy about that because he just walked up to make a phone call. Like, why you just make a phone call outside?
What I also like to do is Joss and Michael talking. And it wasn't just that Michael having to explain why Joss wasn't going to be the godmother, but also like, so you went to Easter Island and now you're working with the professor. You need to tell me everything right now. Like now? I thought it was the christening. So right now?
We'll talk later, she says. Like, we'll talk. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I want to talk now. Really? You want to know now?
Oy, oy, oy.
I know that's a little much, but I don't know. The show, like I said, the show itself gets points for certain things. There are other things I'm like, you can do better on that, obviously. Like I said, I can just say with the whole, we start from just go back from wrapping it all up from the beginning. Michael E. Knight's stuff, he's a 3-time Emmy winner. He can do comedy and drama. Maybe they're trying to showcase the comedy part because he's good. He is good at it. But give him some more depth. We don't want to say that. The Brit stuff, I just don't have no idea what they're doing with that. Who knows? I won't say Gio and Lulu's names together ever again. Obviously, that'll turn my power off. Will not say that. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to break the internet. We all know it's Willow, right? Willow's the one who's doing stuff with Daisy, right? You know that, right? Yeah. And will Drew get shot? Not shot? Will there be a wedding? Will it happen at the wedding? Because Nina talked her out of it and said you got to have a real wedding if you're gonna make sure that it seems legit.
Well, I'll talk to Drew about it. Okay.
And I'm thinking a mystery would be interesting because then who gets shot at the wedding? Drew.
Like who's actually gonna go to that wedding other than like Nina?
I know.
And Nina and Kai. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kai. He'll make Trina go. She'll shoot him.
I did like it was a small scene, but the scene between Dante and Jason.
Oh yeah, that's right. He apologized.
Yeah, it's like
now he gets it.
Like you don't have to apologize, Dante. Apologize to the writers for making you have to act so hot about this situation.
Now they had said that broke the fourth wall. I loved it. But he did say yes. He was like, yeah, that was a nice scene. They're humbling back Dante back down again. It's like, yeah, like they bring it down. And yes, Erica Slazak's coming to the show. We don't know. I guess that's it's coming. It's coming. I think Nell's coming, and it's Nell, not Willow.
Maybe
down for it.
Erica's Sunny's new love interest.
I mean, see. Vicky and him together? No. if Nell was back and she's doing it, I would laugh. I would be like, okay, short term, great. Have her come and wreak havoc. Oh my god, I'd love it. And Lil Wadi Mommy to her, or Willow, oh my god. And Nina feeling high and mighty. She's got both her daughters. I think for short term story, I think it'd be great.
Although it would make it like I don't understand why she'd be doing it to Sasha's baby.
This is Michael. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she's crazy, Frank. I'm like, hello. Is she doing it just to get back at Michael? Or maybe she feels like I found out that Willow's my twin. I gotta support her. Who knows? I'm like, that's the thing. That's the great thing about Willow, about Nell, is she can do anything. She's crazy. She just lives in a mansion basement. Exactly. She's underground. She's underground. Yeah, Nell's just living underground. She climbed up from the thing. She's like fucking with babies. Exactly.
Prediction from you, James Lott Jr. Do you think by the end of the summer, Willow's gonna have figured out what Drew's really up to?
God, that'd be wonderful. Because they keep mentioning I went to Germany, and they like we all know what you're talking about. It keeps coming up. She has to find that out. She has to find out that he did something. He did several things to her that she has no idea about. And when she walked in on Nina talking to Michael,
And we also had Nina trying to talk to Carly.
yeah, that's you.
And then Jason.
Yeah.
And I like Willow getting up in front of Jason's face, like, you're doing it. Like, just like, okay, I'll see you later.
He did. He said, okay.
All right, well, bye.
You think so, bitch. That's what he was thinking. Sure. Okay. Who's gonna fight her? Okay.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. He was like, okay. That's Jason though. He doesn't do that fight. He doesn't fight anybody. He fights with Carly, but he don't fight anybody else. Is like, okay. You think so? And that was it.
Yeah, it's just a way to really just kind of throw ice on a conversation. The other person's really ready to get into it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you're not rising. Okay,
yeah. Well,
we're
okay.
done. Oh, all right. Okay.
And that's the thing. It's the Carly Nina stuff was pretty funny too. And she was like, we can't. It's you have all this time with her. You gotta do this. I can't do anything.
I agree with Carly. It's like,
Yeah.
Nina, you've had all this time and you have not been able to, get her away from Drew. What's going to make you think this would change, like, in the next 2 weeks?
Right. Like, Carly's right. So I'm like, okay. So I don't know, kids. I don't know where they're going. But we will be there. It'll be a few weeks, folks. You got a few weeks without us. We're back July 20th. We're probably lost to talk about. Hopefully it'll be movement in the story. If we're talking about the same stuff in 2 weeks, I will go to that bridge in Port Charles and jump off it.
But I mean, if fans want to touch base with you, have like a GH live event, they can find you in Indiana, right?
No. I will be very hidden in Indiana. I'll be in rural. If there's hardly any cell service, so you can't find me. Can't find me. So no, you can't find me. And I'm gonna find me at Doug Hess's house. They're gonna find me. No. I'll be hiding. so public. So you can't find me. But I'll be back in a couple of weeks. For all the soapy goodness, you guys. We will. Frank Moran said happy go Jackie. So make sure you follow him for his hot takes on nothing. He doesn't really say much.
No, it's true. A lot. I share a lot of art, but that's it.
A lot of arts. A lot of arts. That's what he does there. And I'm James Lott Jr.
X-Men 97, the art, the making of season 1. The art book is coming out this week. If you order it from your local bookseller.
Oh, it's finally coming out. Oh yeah, I heard about the book. It's supposed to be really good.
Yes, I have one in my hands. Ooh. And it's great. So I should have held it up. I should have added here. But
I know. James Lott Jr. is in a book too coming out called The Good Grandpa. There's me right there. That page. It's about I'm chapter 16. This is coming out shortly. It's about my famous grandfathers and then me as a grandfather. So it's a really cute story. One of many stories. The Dalai Lama is in this. A couple of politicians. It's a great story. So it's called The Good Grandpa by Ted Page. Coming out soon. Follow me. I'll let you know when it's out. But I'm featured in a book.
Look at you. And also doing a sequel to Dirty Grandpa. Isn't that correct?
That's all for our show today. That's it for today, kids. But yes, we'll be around. I have other stuff coming out. I'm not gonna be dead to you guys for 2 weeks, but there's other stuff coming out. But I'm gonna be 3 hours ahead. I got lots of work going on. It'll go by fast. It will go by fast. Trust me, it will. And we'll miss you guys.
4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th of July. Please be careful wherever you are. I know I'm going somewhere where it's extremely humid and hot. My hair will be bigger than this. If you're somewhere hot, please be careful. Watch all of your animals. No paws on hot asphalt. That's something you tell you. We remind people their paws can't take it. So be careful with that. So when you walk your dog, be careful. And if you're in any rainy places, be careful there too. We'll see you in a few weeks, you guys.